The timeline you choose for applying to colleges can dramatically impact your admissions journey. Early decision, early action, restrictive early action, and regular decision. They all have their pros and cons, and it can be tough to choose which is the best for you. So in today's video, we are going to be talking about what each one is and how it impacts your chances of getting in. My name is Niketa Bhatnagar, and welcome to my channel, Homeschooling Basics. Let's dive in. First up is early decision. Some schools offer early decision. You apply early to the school and you get the decision early. Usually the application deadline for early decision is November 1st, but I would recommend going to the to their specific college website and checking what their early decision deadline is. And typically you get the decision by mid-December. Now, the thing about early decision, it's a binding commitment. What that means is if you get accepted into the school, you have to attend the school. No matter what the financial package looks like. When you get the acceptance letter, you also get a financial package, and there is no backing out. You have to, attend it because that's what when you applied for it, you accepted the financial package. You cannot use it to cut a better deal or compare it with other schools. The other thing is you can only apply to one early decision school. You cannot be applying to other early decision school or other restrictive early action schools, which we'll talk about in a bit. Because think of it this way, when you apply to a early decision school, what you are signaling to them is you are serious about this school, you will attend it no matter what, because this is it, this is your school, this is your dream school. And you cannot be having multiple dream schools. You cannot be, so you cannot apply to multiple early decisions. Because if you get accepted into multiple of the early decision schools that you selected, you will have to backtrack from the other schools and you can only attend one school. How will you tell the other schools why you're not attending that school? And these colleges, they sometimes do share information. And if the college that you plan to attend to gets to know about this, they may backtrack their acceptance. So I would, it can be a bit of a problem. I would highly recommend not going this route, to not do multiple early decisions. So what is the big benefit of doing early decision? Why would someone choose early decision with all these restrictions and whatnot? For starters, you have a much better chance of getting in. Data shows that the acceptance rate of early decision students is much higher, way higher than that of students who apply later. Also, the competition is a lot smaller. The application pool for early decision is a lot smaller. So that's the thing about early decision. It's a great choice for if you are sure of the school that you want to attend and you are okay with the financial aspect of it. Let's move on to the next one. Next up, we have early action. Early action is similar to early decision in terms of its deadline. You apply to it early and you get the decision early. Typically, the deadline for early action is also November 1st, and you get the decision by mid-December. The main difference between early action and early decision, actually two differences. One is that there is no commitment involved in early action, and the other is that you can apply to as many early actions as you would like to. The thing about applying early or early application is that you get an early response. That gives you enough time to compare all the offers that you have and also compare their financial packages. This way you have enough time before you have to make a final decision. Plus, in some schools, early application does give you a boost in admission. It may not be as high as what early decision gives, but it's still a bit more than regular decision. So that's about early application. It's a great choice for everybody. And, other than the early decision, you should be doing as many early applications as you can. Our third option is restrictive early action. Restrictive early action, REA, is a non-binding plan used by a small number of universities like Harvard, Yale, Stanford. It's a non-binding restrictive plan. That means it's non-binding, so you are not committed to the school. If you get into it, you're not obligated to join it. But restrictive, it means that you are only allowed to apply to that single private university. If you are applying to a school REA, you cannot apply to any other private university or any other university with a binding agreement or an ED. You can, however, apply early to other public universities. So early action is allowed for other public university, but no private university, no ED school, no private school, no ED schools. So what makes REA a good option? Well, it's a good way to show a strong commitment to your top choice of school without the binding obligation that comes with the ED schools. It's like telling the university, you are my number one choice amongst all the private universities. This also often gives a boost in the admission process. The acceptance rate of REA is higher than that of a regular decision school. And the best part is it keeps your options open. You can compare the financial package and the other stuff with the other offers that you have from other public schools. So what's the downside? The one big downside is that's highly restrictive. You can only apply to that single private university. You cannot apply to the other private university. So that does limit your potential early acceptance. And even with the boost that it has over regular decision, it's still not that big. There is still no guarantee that you will get in. So that's the only main disadvantage of REA. Our fourth option is regular decision. This is the last and final application option that you have. This is the most traditional standard way of applying to colleges that most students do. The timeline for this varies a little bit from the other three. That's ED, EA and REA. Here you can send in your application in January and some schools even in February, and you get to hear from them in spring, sometime in spring. So that's also the biggest advantage to that is you have time to improve. If there are any gaps in your resume, you can fill that in, basically beef up your resume or profile. And also if you want to work on your standardized test scores, you have time for that. You have the whole half a year where you can work on improving your profile. So that is the biggest advantage for doing regular decision. The disadvantage, the first is now you are in the biggest pool of applicants. You have your regular decision students that were anyways planning to do regular decision, and also from the early applicants that did not get into the colleges of their choice. Now they're applying for the second round of colleges, so they are also in this pool. So you have a big number of students, a large number of students applying in this time frame. So that is a bit of a disadvantage. And the other disadvantage is the extended stress. College application is a very stressful process, and you are still, the process is continuing for you a bit longer if you are doing regular decision. So these are the four options you have in terms of application process, the timeline for the application process. My recommendation to you is to do at least one ED or REA, depending on how comfortable you are with the commitment part. And rest you can do early action. This way you are in that smaller circle, smaller applicant pool, and that boosts up your acceptance chances. And also you are done early. This way you can relax for the rest of the year. I wish you guys all the luck, and talk to you soon.